we will try to solve the same question using the formula of Sn, which is equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Now, the motion is complete motion is analyzed from 0 to O to C. Okay. But the specific portion given in the question is from t to t plus 1, t to t plus 1. So in this section of the solution, we will focus only on t to t plus 1, which is from A to B corresponding to the diagram. Time being t to t plus 1, velocity from v to v plus delta v. Now it is given in the question that increase in the velocity, right? Increase in the velocity means plus delta v is equal to, or to be more precise, increase in velocity means delta v is equal to plus 50 meter per second. Now for this portion of the motion alone, which is for the motion along AB, we can say that v is equal to u plus at. What is v? Final velocity, which is velocity at p. U is velocity at a. Acceleration is a. T would be time difference, t plus 1 minus t. So for this motion, what we get is v plus delta v, which is velocity at p, minus velocity at a is v, plus a into tb is t plus 1, t1 is t. So we have t plus 1 minus t, which is t minus t equal to 1 into a. V minus v is 0. So what we get is 50 is equal to a. Why is there 50 here? Because delta v is given to us as plus 50. So acceleration here is equal to 50 meter per second square, which means we are definitely under the assumption that the complete motion is under constant acceleration, and the magnitude of which is equal to 50 meter per second square. Okay, I hope this much is this much part of the solution makes sense. Okay, if so, let us move on to the second phase. Now here we will consider for the complete motion from the complete portion O to C, we will consider only the motion along AB. My bad, not AB, it should be OB. Okay, for the motion along OB alone. For the motion along OB alone. For the motion along OB, let us first erase out these. So we don't need C here, right? We don't need this much portion of the motion. We only need to consider for motion along OB. Now we're talking about not Sn, we're talking about the Snth equation here. So what is Snth? Okay, so we should write down what is Snth is equal to. It will be equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Now it is not the nth interval we're talking about, right? We're talking about the t plus 1th interval, or let us say n plus 1th interval. So n here should be replaced by n plus 1. So 2 into n would be replaced by 2 into n plus 1, which is 2n plus 2. So 2n minus 1 would be 2 into n plus 1 minus 1, 2 into n plus 2 minus 1, which is again 2n plus 1. Okay. So Sn according to the question is 125, which is equal to u plus a by 2 into v just found out a to be 50, 50 by 2 into n plus 1 minus 1. 50 by 2 is 25, 2 into n plus 1 minus 1 is 2n plus 1. So what we get is 125 is equal to u plus 25 into 2 is 50n plus 25. This was for the motion along OB alone. Now we will consider the same, but this time for the motion along for the motion along OC. So let me just erase out the other terms here. So we don't need these terms, right? So we are considering the motion along OC with starting from initial velocity u. Now Sn is equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. What would be the only variation here? Instead of n, we would have here, since we are considering about the n plus 2th interval, n should be replaced by n plus 2. So 2n minus 1 would be replaced by 2 into, instead of n, we'll write here n plus 2 minus 1, which will be 2n plus 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3, so it is 2n plus 3. So Sn is equal to u plus a is 50, 50 by 2 into 2n plus 2 minus 1. What is 2n plus 2 minus 1? It is 2n plus 3. So we have 2n plus 3 here. 50 by 2 is 25. So what we get here is S2 plus 2 is equal to v plus 25 into 2n plus 3. 25 into the brackets is 25 into 2, 50. 25 into the brackets is 25 into 3, which is 75. So we got this equation along BC. My bad. This is not BC, and it should instead be equal to, sorry, it should instead be OC and OB. Okay. So for OC, we have the equation as ST plus 2 is equal to V plus 50N plus 75. And for OB, this is 125 equal to V. Wait, another mistake here. It's not V. It should be what? Should be U. Okay. So now if we compare these two equations, right? If we compare these two equations and if we subtract them, what happens? So we have U minus U is equal to 0, 50N minus 50N is equal to 0, 75 minus 25 is 50. And the LHS S2 plus 2 minus 125. If you transpose this minus 125, that becomes plus 125 plus 50, which is plus 175. And therefore, distance traveled in the n plus 2th interval would be equal to 175 meters. So we solved. Let me just revise the topics here. So we discussed distance traveled in Sn plus 1, right? And then Sn plus 1 minus Sn, right? And then we discussed the formula of Snth in detail. We differentiated the difference between Sn and Snth. Then we solved this problem using Sn first and then using Snth. I hope you should be able to differentiate between these two. Now there is another shortcut of there's another shortcut way of solving this question, which is basically based on the formula. Okay, let me just discuss that in the next part.